Hey guys, happy Sunday. Is this too close? I don't know. Oh gosh. I feel like this camera is really picking up my skin imperfections today. Well, we will take care of that shortly. So hi, happy Sunday. I feel like I haven't come on and been live or done anything in the longest time. Life's been just nuts lately, and I've just been in this kind of weird cocoony, wanting to wear stretch pants all the time, um, not really wanting to do a whole lot for myself lately. Phase, kind of a funk, I guess, is a better word for it. So I figured this is a really good way to get out of a slump. So here we go. All right. Everything else set up so we don't lose. So I've gone back on the playbacks of these videos, and I've noticed that they have these really, oh my gosh. And clearly I have not styled my hair at all today. I washed it, which is, kind of a big deal. And I need to get it colored, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the color, but I think what I want to do, and you guys can like weigh in and tell me what you think, is what I think I want to do is take the brown down a little bit in deepness, and then do kind of like some baby lights to help meld in my grays, but then like some baby lights, and then to like kind of a really, really cool toned out balayage. So it'll look not gray, but it'll be a blonde that looks kind of very, very ashy on the ends. I don't know. I think that's what I want to do. It sounds good to me, and so I'll just put my hair up for the time being because it looks nuts. So there. So this will be another video of me with my hair up, not looking cute. But I promise after I film it, I will style it and take some cute pictures so you can see what I look like when I actually put effort into my life. Even so, actually, that's gonna fall down and drive me crazy. Yeah, so anyway, how's your weekend going? Anybody having a good time? Doing anything fun? I've been having a pretty lazy weekend, which I'm really enjoying actually. We went to see my mom yesterday. She moved, for those of you following the saga of my mom, she was in one, it was at a nursing home, but it was technically transitional care. So it's for people who, like fall down and break a hip or have surgery and they don't need to be in the hospital, but they need care. So that's where she's been. And she just moved to a new one that's closer to my mom and dad's house. So it's easier for my dad. But the nice thing about it is that it's really nice. Like it's a really new, it's a new facility, so it's super nice, and the room is huge, and it's kind of like she's staying in a 4-star nursing home. And it feels so super weird to say that my mom's in a nursing home, but it's just temporary, and we'll get through it. So anyway, let's get started, shall we? I am going to start with a primer. This is the Silk Primer, and you can tell it's time for me to redo it, but you only really need a little bit when you use it, like that much. And then this is just going to help my pores. Like I got all these weird, like all of a sudden skin imperfections have shown up lately, and it's probably stress related and weather related because it is, and I'm using just a little bit more for my forehead. And you don't need to put it on your whole face, just kind of your areas that you want to even out, like right here for me, and then of course my cheeks, just where you want it to look extra smooth. And when you're putting your primers on, here's a tip: put them on in a downward motion. Your skin cells are shaped like shingles, so if you put them on, downward, it's going to make a really nice flat look to it. Yeah. So anyway, that's that bit of information. So I have a plan today. I actually came in with a plan, which is a total change for me. Usually I'm just winging it here, but so I have these new super cute eyeshadow trio things that I found that kind of show off how to use the different ShadowSense, and I'm going to do this one today. So it's Sandstone Pearl or Pink Opal Shimmer, I don't know if you can see there, mulberry and garnet. So these 3 eyeshadows. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup just how I typically do my makeup, and then we'll do that kind of fun eyeshadow look. So let's get started. Typically when you wear a primer, you want it to kind of dry down a little bit more than I'm going to, but for the sake of getting to it and not having you guys sit here and literally watch me watch primer dry, we'll put foundation on. So I'm going in with the Make Sense foundation in Dewy, and this foundation brush that I'm really liking lately, and it's one that I got in a set from Amazon, and I can't find the name on any of them. It was this like, but it was a great set. It came with like face brushes and a bunch of these cool blender brushes, and it was like $10. I'll find it and I'll put the link down below because it's actually really nice. It's really like a nicely densely packed brush, and it's got just enough of a dome that it makes it really good for foundation. So that's where we're gonna start. This is, excuse me, I had the weirdest little burp. Everyone's gonna put their foundation on different. This is just how I do it. And I probably shouldn't have my giant hoop earrings on while I'm putting my makeup on, but I just wanted to look nice for you guys. And I've noticed like around my mouth, I've had this kind of a little bit of discoloration, so we're gonna tackle that today too. And I haven't been using, and I know like I swear up and down by it, my beauty sponge. I don't know why. I feel like putting it on with this brush gives it like a really more full coverage than with a blender. I mean, a blender does blend out so much better than a brush ever will, but I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it's a lazy thing. I don't feel like washing my sponges, and my brush is so much easier to wash, or what. But I just feel like it gives me a good, and it's not like a patchy, it doesn't look patchy. I don't know, I just think it looks kind of, it's good. It's a good coverage. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. Magnus is, ooh, that was a big pump. Typically I do about a half a pump per side because it is a really good coverage foundation, and I just got talking and just put a full pump, so that'll take care of the forehead too. Oh yeah, this was a lot. I used a lot. You need about a half a pump per side of your face, or like a full pump for your whole face. So I'm gonna have really good full ass coverage today. The color I wear is Dewy. It's a nice, oops, it's a nice neutral shade, and I think it works really good. The great thing about this foundation is you can, the shade varies with your skin tone. So you know how like in winter and summer our skin goes a little darker and a little lighter, just depending on, you know, your exposure to sun. Oh my gosh, I haven't had coffee today. I'm trying to cut back on caffeine because apparently it's really bad for you. But my brain is telling me that I need it. And I have a zit. It's just, I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess. So yeah, the great thing is like it's got a variation of 3 shades. So like there's your skin, and then you can wear, it'll vary about 3 shades below and 3 shades above and still look appropriate for your skin tone, which is really cool about this, because I am for sure at least three shades lighter than I was this summer. But it still matches. Like this is the color I've worn since I started in November of a year ago, and I haven't switched colors up a little bit. Like in the summertime I'll use a little bit more bronzer, but this is it, and I think it matches pretty good. Yes, so there's that. And today I'm gonna do a little bit of concealing. Just like I want to get this area around my mouth and my under eye for sure. So I use, and we have a great concealer as well, but I just like this so much right now. This is the ShadowSense in Candlelight is the color I use, and I know I've talked about this a lot, but these two are really great light concealers. Candlelight and Sandstone Pearl. Candlelight's a little bit more peach. Sandstone Pearl is a little bit more yellow. So it depends on the undertones that you need to cover. If you're covering blue, you're going to want to use, oops, this one. It's more yellow, and if you're covering purple, you use this one because it's more orange. That's just how they work on the color wheel. It just works. So for me, that means that I use candlelight for my concealer to cover my, especially my dark circles. So let me grab a brush. I think today, oh here, this is the one I use. It's this one. It's this kind of like nice fluffy, foofy brush. It's been working good. Actually, the one I really like for doing my concealer is this one that I carry in my bag. Actually, we'll just use it because it's the one I like. It's just really, they're similar. This was just more dense and a lot more packed in. It's a Real Techniques brush, and it is called their Deluxe Crease Brush. So what they make it for is to like do this, but I use it to do this. So we grab the old candlelight. Put it on in this lovely shape and buff it out. And when you're putting on concealer under your eyes, you're going to want to pull it down, not just like, if you put it just under your eye circles, you're going to basically be shining a spotlight right on your under eyes. So what you want to do is pull the concealer and your color out a little bit and down your face a little. And it just brightens up your whole face and makes it look like you got, 30 hours of sleep and are about 10 years younger. So concealer, no concealer, concealer, no concealer makes a huge difference, I think. So hey Rini, are you on with me? Do I see? I don't know. I feel like when I'm using a camera here on my computer here to watch who's like chatting and stuff, but I feel like this one is never, or like there's always a delay. So hi Rini if you're here. Hi not Rini if you popped on and popped off really quick. I don't know. And my candlelight is drying out a little bit, so you don't typically need to put on as much as I do, but mine's just, I've been using it for like 7 months, so it's just drying out. And I'm also going to get this part of my nose right here with a little bit too, it's been red lately, and it's of course seasonal. So I'm going to put a little here. And I can never talk when I do that part. And I'm going to try to cover this little guy, which I actually should have, before I even put foundation on, gone in with the green concealer, because green is opposite of red, so it cancels that. And I'm going to do a little, you just been seeing it's kind of dark around my mouth. I'm not in love with that. So this is my finished look. Thanks for coming on. All right. I think that helps. I mean, maybe it just does in my mind, but I don't know why I've been seeing a little darkness. So that's what we're going to do there. And now I'm going to put a little powder on. I'm feeling sassy. I'm going to grab so this is not what our loose powder comes in. It comes in a brush. So it's like if this was, that's a bad example because that brush is filthy. So if like this was the powder brush that you got, it's got a little canister here, and then the powder is in this part. But I am a klutz and I broke mine, so I moved it into this container, which I actually really like. But I'm going to just set some of my areas. So what I do is, and if you like this kind of thing, this is just a really cheap one I got on Amazon. It was like $1 or something. But I just dump a little in there. And I'm going to use this powder brush. It's a new one I haven't used before, but I think I'm going to fall in love with it. It's so hot tip, Sonia Kashuk at Target is not partnering with Target anymore, so all of their tools and brushes and makeup is on clearance. So I went and hooked myself up with a whole bunch of brushes, like all of these guys. But look at this. So this really, really nice angled eyeliner brush was marked down to $1.70. Like this brush was a $16 or $17 brush. It was $4. Just like these were 50 cents. They're awesome. So they're on super clearance because they're trying to get rid of it instead of, I don't know, whatever they do with it. So go to Target, get the really nice Sonia Kashuk brushes for super cheap. And I'm not going to like fully bake my face. I just want to set my foundation and my concealer with a little bit of powder. Okay, this brush, not great. I'm sure it's for powder of some sort, but it's not. It's just too floofy. So it's like I'm seeing a cloud. Actually, I'm going to totally take every single word I just said back because it feels really nice and it looks good. So never mind. Don't listen to me. Not crazy. This is a nice brush. But putting powder on, and I'm going to hit it under my eyes just to keep them from creasing. When you put powder on right after you do your foundation, concealer, and then get it under your eyes, it helps your foundation set and last longer. It makes it look matte, so you're not going to look oily throughout the day. And when you put it on in places like your under eyes, it keeps it from creasing in your old lady eye wrinkles like I have, until eye cream magically makes them go away. Okay, so there. Face done. Now I'm going to do my brows. So I'm going to grab a little angled brush. Okay, if you guys wonder what I'm looking at over here, it's this. These are all my brushes. Well, most of my brushes. So when I'm looking over here going, what am I going to use? It's this guy over here. And this one is what I'm going to use. This is my favorite little angle brush lately. It came in that same set from Amazon that I talked about earlier, but it's nice because the one I was using was also Sonia Kashuk, one that I got 100 years ago, but it was way bigger. And I really like this little one. You get a really nice, precise line with your, on your brows. I think the function of this one is to do like a cat or like a wing liner, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm using this one. And I'm using Onyx ShadowSense because my hair is this color right now and I just am. So what I do is I like ShadowSense because it's a waterproof color and it stays on forever and it's beautiful. So I grab ShadowSense, grab my little brushy brush here, just tap, tap, tap to pick up some of the color, and then like light hand, fill in these guys. Get my hair out of my face. Oh, here, I suppose I could do it so you guys can see. And I mean, and everybody's got a way to do their brows. This is just how I do mine. I like the small strokes because it like follows the hair of your eyebrows. And then it doesn't look too crayon-y or like when you use the girls that use a Sharpie for their brows, because you can still see like that I have brows. That's just how I do it. And now I'm even going to get to use one of my new fancy brushes, my new clearance brushes, if I could find the one I want, is I got a new spoolie because every girl needs a good spoolie in her life. If I can figure out how to open the container. There's no like open here part. These are fancy. Where's my, oh there, I think I got it. Nope, I just ripped the top off. So maybe I won't be using my spool brush if I can't get into it. Do I have a scissors? I don't think so. Well, shit. Oh, my hygienist friends are gonna get mad because you're not supposed to use your teeth as a tool. But when your tools are being held hostage by packaging, what's a girl supposed to do? I ask. And I'm looking around for scissors, like there's gonna magically appear. I'm sad. I wanted to brush my brows. Wonder if I can get through the plastic with my. Aha. When in doubt, use a metal brow or lash applicator. It'll totally stab it nice and good. All right. Oh, success. Okay. Spoolie. And then I just like to comb through and just kind of put everything back where it's supposed to go. And it just makes it look really nice. And like an eyebrow should. All right, so there's that. Let's do it again on the other. But having an eyebrow makes a huge difference. Maybe, you know what I just thought of? sometime, tell me if you guys want to do this. Should I do like one half of my face, be like, this is what it looks like, and then this half do nothing? Because this one I was like, oh, look at the difference between concealers, and now look at the difference between brows. I think I'm going to do that actually. That sounds like a really fun idea. But I'm going to just do my other brow. Holy cow. My crazy hair. And my eyebrows are totally different shapes. So they always end up looking a little different because our eyebrows are sisters, not twins. And the funny thing is, like, I always have one brow that I think I do a lot better than the other one, and it's this one, which is my opposite side. So you would think that would be the worst one, but I don't know. Well, I think actually the thing is this one's got a scar in it, so like I have to work a little bit harder to get a good shape. And this one just is naturally how it is. Except that got a little darker, but that's all right. The spoolie makes everything better. Still looks a little darker, but what are you gonna do? This one's not as heavy. We fix. Now don't do the thing. What I'm going to do is where you look at them and you say they're not even. So I'm going to go redo it 15 times and then you make them look terrible. But I can see the spot that I need to adjust. I guess spots, plural. There. Oh my gosh, that makes me feel much better. And also here. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm not going to fuss with my brows anymore. Okay, so now the fun part. We are going to go in and do the 3 shadows. So when you're using the 3 shadows like this, they're, you can call it a trio, whatever you want to call it. This one is going to be a highlight color, this one is going to be a transition shade, and this one is going to be your contour shade. So everyone's got their own school of thought on how to do this. I personally like to start with, this is kind of cheating, but this is how you should really do this no matter what you do for your look, is you should do it like a kind of a base color all over. So I'm going to go in with Sandstone Pearl and not that brush. I'm going to use, oh, this one looks like a fun brush. This kind of like fanned out, sort of fluffy, I don't know what you would call it, brush. But this I'm just going to kind of use to make a blank canvas all over before I actually go in with the color. Because this will neutralize all the veins that show up and just kind of make a nice blank matte flat canvas. And this color is seriously in need of replacing. And when you go in really close to your brow like that, it helps to just like really clean up and define your brow shape underneath here at least. So there. Perf. Good. Just nice and even. That's all you want. Okay, so there's going to be multiple schools of thought on this. I like to do the, canvas color, and then I start with the transition shade, do contour, and then come back and highlight. Some people start with a highlight shade. I don't. I just don't. I don't know why. Like, I'm not mad at people that do or think that it's wrong. It's just, this is what I like. So I'm going to use this brush. It's part of that same, I'm going to link that set on Amazon. This is part of that same set. It's a really great set, but this is a really nice brush. It's like fluffy and it blends super well. And same thing, pick up some color. And now when you do your transition shade, you're going to want to put it in your crease area, which is actually right along. So we've got an eye fold and we have a crease. The eye fold is where your eye like goes back in here. And then the crease is this kind of, if you tap it, you can feel like the ridge of your skull, that's where you want to put your transition shades. And light-handed is what we want. Little circly swirlies to make it just, you really want to diffuse out the color. You don't want to be just very, like make a comma. You want it to be really nice and light and diffused and kind of fill up the whole area. Bring it a little bit above your Okay, Mulberry, no joke, is my favorite ShadowSense color. I think it's so beautiful, and you can use it. We're going to talk about all the different types of ways you can use it. You can use it as blush. I think Mulberry is just the perfect color. It's so pretty. Just like a nice, like rosy, dusty pink. And as I was going on and on about how much I love Mulberry, did I not just say you only need a little bit? I picked up way too much. A little heavy-handed, so yeah. Now I have to even them out, which I hate doing. Okay. That looks nice. So it's not, because you want to kind of blend and blur, you don't want to like a sharp line. You want to have a nice blended edge. So that's where we are with our Mulberry to start, or for now. Now I am going to go in with a very similar brush, but it's smaller. And this is what we're going to use for our contour brush. So it's similar. It's, again, part of that same set. It's not quite as big and fluffy. It's a little bit tapered, and then it's perfect for this. So I'm going to use Garnet ShadowSense, which is this lovely, deep, rich, warm color, and pick up just like a little bit. You just need the tiniest bit. And I don't even take the wand fully out on this one. I just pop it up so you can see that there's product on here, and just grab a little bit, like a little bit. And then we're going to go just on this like outer part of the V here and just kind of like shake it. And then pull it in just a little bit on the crease, but mostly out here. You see? Just enough to deepen that kind of corner a little bit, and I actually might go in a little more with it just to give it a little bit more of a bump, but I'm afraid it's going to be too dark. Actually, I think this is good. Yep, perfect. Good. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, except I'm not going to dip in twice on it. I'm going to just put a little bit more on my brush the first time, and we'll call that good. And hope it looks, yeah, that'll be great. This is really pretty. And again, just kind of keep it really soft. You don't want it to be a hard line for this look. And there's some looks you do want like a really hard V for like just to look really dramatic, to go with a really sharp wing, but not this one. Okay, so this by itself would look really nice. Just a little bit of liner, put on some mascara and call it a day. But we're not going to do that. We are going to go in now with this lovely, lovely color. This is Pink Opal Shimmer. Whew. And I am going to go in with this this one. This kind of fun little fanny brush here. We're going to do 2 brushes to use this one. This one here is a really nice flat color packer brush, and this one's kind of a foofy one. We're going to use the foofy one right here just to highlight, and then we're going to go into this one and fill in on our eyelid. So here we go. all of this, and this is going to go right up here. And you don't need a bunch, just a little bit. And this helps kind of diffuse out some of the other layers below and then highlights the top there. Like just a kiss of color and shimmer. And I really like this one because it is a really pretty shimmery shade. And you don't need much up here. And like this, actually this portion up here, totally optional. You do not have to highlight your brow bone. I just like to because I think it looks pretty. So there's that. Looks great, could leave it like that. But I'm going to take this one and just take it up a little bit of a notch. And this, okay, so you've got it on here. We're just going to pat it on down here. Kind of right up to where you were blending the others out. And then you can pull it in here to highlight the inner corner. Nice. I like that. That looks good. If I do say so myself. So it's just like enough to give a little kiss of shimmer and highlight. And what time is it? Gotta keep an eye on that. Gotta go wake up a kiddo. He's napping, but not for too much longer. So same thing down here. And just pat it in. And get that inner corner. Looks nice. Cool. All right, I like it. Looks good. So now final touches are going to be eyeliner and lashes. If you've watched my videos, you know I don't like putting mascara on. So I'm going to just put lashes on today to go do nothing around my house. Okay, so I am going to take my liner brush, which is the greatest brush invention ever. It's from, this is an ELF brush or ELF or however when they first came out, they were an online only makeup and brush line and they were ELF because it stands for eyes, lips, and face. I don't know if that's how they still roll or if they're going by ELF or what the deal is. But I'm going to take this liner brush and Onyx ShadowSense, the same one I use for my eyebrows. And I'm just going to do a really quick, not too crazy bit of a black wing liner. Maybe if I can see. And my eyes are slightly hooded. So my wing needs to be just a straight line across. Depending on your eye shape, you can do your wing how you see fit. Different shapes and whatnot, but it's just what you need to give your eyes a little bit of a pop. Nice. Okay, and same thing on the other eye, and we'll cover under eyes. Put lashes on, and that'll be all she wrote, folks. But I will tell you this. Mastering eyeliner, tons of practice. If you're like, oh, I don't know how she's so good at it, not me specifically because I am not great at it. I just know how to do it on my own eyes. And it works for these peepers. But anyone who can make it look effortless has put in hours of practice. I promise you. There, I like how that turned out. And it looks nice. One last final thing is I'm going to put my brushes where they go. And then, don't worry, I'm cleaning them tonight, I promise. I like to take this little smudger brush. It's a kind of a thick pencil brush is what it is, and then go in with a little bit of garnet, just like a little bit, and then just go right underneath. Underneath here just for a little bit of definition. I'm not gonna do my waterline today, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how I feel in a minute. We'll see how it looks. Walking on your treadmill. Oh good, Britta's getting her steps in today. My Fitbit died yesterday, like the battery's dead, and of course my charger's at work. So I don't know what my steps are for today. Girl, me too. I have been sitting around all day. Yesterday was like our getting out and doing stuff day, so yeah. And then they put like an office marathon on, so Mike and I have been just like parked on the couch, folding clothes, watching Jim and Pam's wedding, and all that stuff. And now that I'm looking in the monitor, yeah, we're gonna put a little bit of color in my waterline because I don't like this. So to do this, I get whatever's in my eye out of it and take my Onyx, and I just use straight this guy, pull it down, and just do a lighter than that. Did I just get on my nose? That wasn't there before. Dang it. All right, so here's how you cover up when you mess up on your makeup. You take the little brush that you did your concealer with and buff it off. And that's a really good tip for yeah, I don't think that's where you put beauty marks to actually feel beautiful. That's a good tip though for when you mess up on your mascara, like if you have a really gooey formula of mascara and it gets all up in your on your lid. What you can do is you can take the brush, like if this was the brush you did, and just go in and like buff where you just were with that same color brush. It'll take the mascara off in no time. Apparently this is a brand new bottle of Onyx because I just like sprayed it all over my desk and everything. Let's see, super cool. But anyway, back to, I'll use a clean finger. Ugh, that's so tickly and feels so weird. Run, no, go have fun. All right. Ugh. Britta's gonna go run. Good, run. So here's the eye look. Let us do our lashes and we'll call it a day. I am using today, when you put your false lashes on, you always want to put a little layer of black mascara underneath it just to help them blend in like a little bit. So I'm using the mascara end of the lash extend. Ew, Ron, that sounds terrible. But good for you, you're being healthy, better than me. So I'm using the black mascara end with the lash extend. I'm not putting in the lash extend on. Undersense. Lash extend is like a formulated serum you put on your eyelashes and makes them look longer. I'll talk about that at some point. But so this is a 2-in-1 mascara. This is a like a base coat. So it goes on and makes your, clicks to your lashes, and then here's the super mascara underneath it. But I'm just going to use the mascara end because I'm going to put on lashes. And I can't talk while I'm putting mascara on. I don't know why. I never have been able to. And then bottom lashes are extremely important, which I've learned in the last few years. And so this is like actually a really good mascara, and I feel kind of silly using it, just putting my lashes on over it, because it makes your lashes super long and super, it's really soft. It's a waterproof formula, but most waterproof mascaras are so bad for your lashes. It makes them break and is really damaging for like the drugstore kinds. But this one is super moisturizing and it's really good for your lashes. So yeah, I think it looks nice. And I got shadow inside my eye when I was not paying appropriate attention to what I was doing. So now I'm going to put my lashes on, and these are the Mist lashes, I think is what I'm going to do today. So these are Mist by Red Aspen. They are my absolute favorite lash. They're super wispy and really really nice. These are foam mink. These are foam mink. So they're not, you know, animal fur, which a lot of the really, really expensive lashes are, but this has that same kind of like really soft, wispy look to it without being, you know, full of cruelty. So I'm going to pop these guys on. And I use the lash adhesive that comes with them. And if you guys want, I will post a link below as well. Ooh, I need to get some new adhesive, I guess. That's getting kind of dried out. Ugh. Putting that in my shopping cart after this, because you want to have, yikes, there we go. Let's try to get down in there a little. It's got a weird message. Oh, shit, shoot. Okay, don't ever do that. Maybe hold your lashes with your fingers. So when you're putting lashes on, here's a tip. Let them get a little tacky. Let your glue dry for a few seconds. These are covered in fuzz. What eye are you? This one. Okay. I trimmed them so that it's not it's not really apparent which eye they are, but I figured it out. Okay, have you guys seen that troll movie? Trolls movie? Magnus is super into it lately. So we watched it today, and I cannot get that like main song out of my head. And it's driving me absolutely insane. I mean, it's a fun song and all, but holy Moses. Okay. Kabam lashes. What's up? I love these lashes. I think they're so pretty. Just because they're just super wispy, and they might be a little too va-va-voom for today. Like for my day-to-day, but God, I love them. I think they're so pretty. Okay, I will stop going on and on about my lashes. I'll put my other ones on. So this is on the wrong eye. Yep. I don't care. I'm leaving it. They look pretty much the same. What else? But we've been watching this Trolls movie forever, and I cannot get the song out of my head. So go watch the movie, get the song in your head, and then suffer alongside me. That would make me feel good. All right, here we go. Lash the second, glued up, let it get tacky. And I like this tool. I just do. I'm not sure. I've tried to hold them like with it this way and then putting it straight on, but I don't feel like I get a good application that way. So I just grab a middle lash, kind of like this, and just go straight in. And just kind of place it and then push up. I can safely say I am feeling this look. All right, so if you need a really, and how many times can I reuse them? You bought, oh, hey Lisa. Same ones. What do I use to remove the glue? I just peel it off with a tweezer, or this guy, but like a really fine tweezer works good. You can use a non-oil based makeup remover to get the glue off. I like a micellar water. There's one that I think it's Garnier. There's one that they have two kinds. They have one that's for waterproof makeup and then one that's for non-waterproof makeup or whatever. Don't use the waterproof one because that's pretty oily, but use the other one and it takes it off really good. I just kind of put it between two makeup pads that are soaked in it, let it sit for a few minutes, and then it peels off pretty quick. And then you can use them, I think they recommend like 7 to 10 times max before they start to break down a little, but if you take really good care of them, I've worn these way more than that for sure. So if you just take good care of your lashes, like put them back on their form, don't yank them off, kind of grab them and easily pull them from the middle and just like pull them gently off, put them back on their form. They'll last you for a while. I think I have to look for sure, but I think up to 10 or 7 to 10 or 3, I don't know. Those are kind of where you're at with them, but I really like them and I think they're super pretty and they don't feel funny. Okay, good, because they're expensive. Yeah, you can use them a lot. Just take good care of them, just kind of like anything. Just clean them, put them on their form. You'll know, like they'll start to shed. All lashes do, except the like cheapy ones that you get at like the dollar store or whatever, that are made of plastic that have a really thick band, and they're all one piece. So yeah, 7 is I think what we're supposed to say, but I've worn them far more times than that. Just take good care of them and they'll hold you up. Yeah, okay, let's put on some lips. I don't know what color I want to wear today. Something fun. Maybe let's take a deep dive into the old, what do I have on hand here? Does anybody have a color opinion for my lips today? What about Napa? Praline Rose, Salmon Nose, Plum Pretty, maybe Be Ruby. Okay. Either Napa or Be Ruby. You have 3 seconds to weigh with an opinion because I'm going to start shaking them both. Yeah. Oh, I almost just knocked my water over. That would have been a disaster because it's sitting right above my power strip. Maybe I should rethink where I keep my water. And excuse me, this is going to be so gross, but I have makeup on my eyeball. Okay, that's better. All right, so here we go. Anybody care? Napa, Be Ruby? I think I'm feeling Napa today. So that's what we're gonna do. Napa with glossy gloss. I think that's gonna be pretty with this eye look. So here's our lip sense lesson. We do 3 thin. Focus. Thank you. You shake it really good. 3 thin layers. Layer 1. And don't rub back and forth. Just kind of scrape off your wand in between. Layer 2, yeah. I think Napa is the right choice. Let them dry, okay. And then layer 3. And I'm going to use Glossy Gloss because it's my favorite and my lips are dry and it's so super moisturizing, and I'm not going to give you the whole spiel every single time, but I love it. And this one you can just go back and forth, work into all your nooks and crannies. Nice. Okay, so there. This is our finished look. I'm a little proud of it. I think this is a really nice eye combo. So if you're looking for a pretty easy way to make a really nice look on your eyes, that's pretty, can go day to night really quick, especially with you with a pair of lashes. This is a really good one. So this one, what did they call this? Trio. Was the chocolate sweetheart trio. So pink, opal, shimmer, mulberry, and garnet. I've got them on hand. Let me know if you want them. And have a super wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I have to go wake up a kid now that I'm full glam. Have an awesome day. Love you guys. Bye, 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 bye.